It is absolutely necessary for the education trade unions to make sure that the proper use and deployment of artificial intelligence becomes part of collective bargaining. The threat of artificial intelligence is not its existence, it's not its potential, it's the fact that it is controlled by companies that are hostile to a European perspective and that are entirely profit-driven. Those companies have invested hugely and are now looking to make a return on their investments. They are attempting to sell to school systems products that were not developed for school systems and that are not informed by the educational ethics that inform our teaching. So we have to bring this matter to the bargaining table in order to ensure that governments and teaching unions and school management organizations make sure that whatever artificial intelligence or whatever artificial intelligence AI-enabled technologies are used are designed specifically for school systems, and that that design involves union and governmental expertise. Otherwise, curriculum and indeed entire systems risk being captured by the private market, and in this case the private market of EdTech, which is enormous and owes no loyalty to national governments. So the national competence we have in education at the moment will be undermined if we allow our curriculum to be dictated to by forces that are not accountable to us. We therefore must have the involvement of educators in the design phase. We must have oversight by educators, and we must have regulation, strong regulation, both at national level and through the European AI Act. Right now, the worry is that the EdTech companies are lobbying with enormous money behind them to ensure that there is not regulation. And we already know, and everybody agrees about this at a local level, that the unfettered access that our children currently have to AI-enabled technologies and the vast array of information, good and very bad, influences good and very bad, that can bring into your home and into your school, that it is causing damage. And we must ensure that our children, and indeed we ourselves as adults, are protected against that damage. We must also protect against the importation of biases. And some of the biases that are currently embedded in artificial intelligence products, in AI-enabled technologies, are deeply misogynistic, are deeply racist, are deeply antithetical and hostile to inclusion. And we are committed to being inclusive. We are committed to being anti-racist. We are committed to ensuring that there is no presence of misogyny in our schools, and that our young women, and indeed our teachers who are women, are not subject to the hostilities that are so prevalent online. One of the difficulties at the moment is that artificial intelligence, the ownership of artificial intelligence or the dominant platforms, can be described as an oligarchy. It happens to be an oligarchy largely of US-based companies. Those US-based companies, some of them are owned by actors that are simply anti-democratic. There is no other way to describe Elon Musk. There is no other way to describe Ellison. There is no other way to describe Peter Thiel. They are anti-democratic. They are consciously and very volubly anti-democratic. Our political cultures, our educational cultures, our social cultures are democratic cultures. So we owe it to ourselves to ensure that our cultures are respected. Therefore, the ownership or the hegemony that currently exists in terms of ownership has to be challenged. The way that we in ETUCE would like to see this done is to have every assistance provided to European companies to develop indigenous, European-informed and, if you like, European ethical companies that can deliver us the artificial intelligence products that we do need for schools. We are not saying no to artificial intelligence. We are saying, let us develop appropriate artificial intelligence and let us deploy it appropriately. So the end result we want is the development of indigenous capacity and not a reliance on external capacity that is seeking to colonize, commoditize, and privatize education, because they see our children as a market. They do not see our children as individuals worthy of respect. In fact, their approach to our children is characterized by deep disrespect and disregard. That's not something that as educationalists we can or should allow.